सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जाग्रति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः आपूर्यमाणमचलप्रतिष्ठम् समुद्रमापर्विशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत्कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी विहाय कामान्यः सर्वान् पुमांश्चरति निःस्पृहः निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः स शान्तिमधिगच्छति एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति स्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे सांख्ययोगो नाम द्वितीयोऽध्यायः।
नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यः। हरि ओम। यस्यान्तन्नादिमध्यं न हि करचरणं नामगोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णा न भवति पुरुषो नानपुंसं न च स्त्री नाकारं नो विकारं न हि जनिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं तत्त्वं नो तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। मौनव्याख्या प्रकटितपरब्रह्मतत्त्वं युवानं वरिशिष्टान्तेव सदृशगणैरावृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दरूपं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे। वेदान्तार्थविभासकाय यतये शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादिनगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने अपारसच्चित्सुखवारिराशेः यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि। देहं मृण्मयवज्जडात्मकम् अहं बुद्धिर्न तस्यास्त्यतो नाहं तत्तदभावसुप्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः कोऽहं भावयुतः कुतो वरधिया दृष्ट्वात्मनिष्ठात्मनां सोऽहं स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचलशिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयम्। Arjuna Uvacha Jayasi chet karmanaste Mata buddhir janardana Tatkim karmani ghore mam Niyojayasi Keshava. So this is the first verse. Jayasi means greater. Jayasi. यदि यायसी श्रेयसी चेद कर्मणः तव मता अभिप्रेता बुद्धिः ज्ञानम्. This is Shankaracharya's Bhashyam. In your opinion, O Krishna, if jnanam is what is needed, why should I enter this war? See, the war is only an upalakshana. Everyone has his own prarabdha. You cannot compare one person with another. Nobody can actually guide in worldly life. It is foolishness to go and tell your problem to another person and ask for solution. Because nobody will understand. Because everyone's prarabdha is different. Everyone is living in his own dream world. So you think there are specialists, counselors. You go to a counseling person, he can guide you, give you some points, that's all. Certain samples, certain similarities will be there. But completely there is no perfect guide for worldly life. When you go to a spiritual teacher, he gives you a torch, a light. With that light, you can see the way yourself. Hence it is said, Atma Deepo Bhava. Even when Buddha was about to die, his disciple Ananda was related to Buddha also. He went and said, Lord, many people have attained that jnanam, I have not attained. Please help me. Buddha said, Ananda, you think that I can give you that jnanam, it is not possible. I have put so much effort to attain it, so much sadhana, so much vichara, so many gurus. He had many gurus. And after that, only I came to that nirvikalpa jnanam. So too you have to strive. For that show me some path, he said. Atma Deepo Bhava. He said, be a light unto yourself, a lamp unto yourself. As Krishna says in Gita, Uddhared Atmanatman. Why should I speak Gita to you? All of you know. Uddhared Atmanatmanam na Atmanam avasadayet. Do never weaken yourself. Anything that weakens you. That is why I often say, never speak about destiny. People say whatever is destined to happen will happen. Even Bhagavan Ramana told it to his mother. He told his mother that teaching he gave to explain what happened, not what will happen. He spoke to his mother about destiny because what has already happened is all God's will, not destiny. அவரவர் பிராரப்தப்படி அங்கங்கு இருந்து அவரவரை ஆட்டி வைப்பவன் ஆண்டவன் ஒருத்தன் ஈஸ்வரன் இருக்கான். So Ishvara is important. So don't take any philosophy, any teaching that will weaken you, make you weaker, make you lose interest in everything, become insensitive. No. Satsanga means you become energized, you have, when you go back, you should be filled with a divine fuel to do sadhana, to do japam, dhyanam, satsanga, vairagyam, bhakti. Everything must be there. Bhakti jnana viraganam sthapanaya prakashitam. As Bhagavatam says, why we have revealed this Bhagavata Shastra means you need bhakti, you need jnanam, you need vairagyam. These three fruits are needed, then only spiritual life will become very well molded. Otherwise it will be one-sided. See, all the great spiritual stalwarts, Jivan Muktas like Shankaracharya, Ramana Maharshi, Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, anyone you take, they were all bhakti, jnanam, vairagyam, advaita. They were great advaitis, but they will dance to the tune of all dvaita. When you see such lucidity, mobility in a person, then you can understand he is a Mukta Purusha. He is firmly stabilized in Advaita Jnana, but he will move with anyone to any philosophy, anywhere he can join, because Vasudeva Sarvam. You can become friendly with all. In Bhagavata to Uddhava, Krishna gave this teaching. And Uddhava asked, what should I do, Bhagavan? He said, move about as a friend of all. Sarvabhuta suhrit shantaha jnana vijnana nishchayaha pashyan madatmakam vishwam na vipadyeta vai punaha. Bhagavan says, I will give you a secret knowledge by which you will never come across any vipat, any spiritual accident you will never encounter. You will never get hurt, you will never get depressed, you will be always joyful. The path is first have this jnanam, then hold on to it and experience it in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Nirvikalpa Samadhi means crystal clear knowledge. It is not simply sitting like this in meditation. It means crystal clear, pishiri illada jnanam. Sandeham varadu, viparita jnanam varadu, yaradu edavadhu sonna doubte varadu. அப்படியே ஃபேமா ஆணி போட்டு பசு மரத்தில் ஆரம்பிச்ச ஆணி மாதிரி ஞானம் உள்ள திருடமாக எடுத்து வச்சுங்களேன். அதுக்கு தான் நிர்விகல்ப சமாதி அப்படின்னு. வேற ஒன்றும் கன்ஃபியூஸ் பண்ணிக்க வேண்டாம். நிர்விகல்ப சமாதினா ஸ்புடம் பிரம்மதத்துவம் அவகம்யதே. Sputa Brahmatattva Jnanam. It becomes so firm that no prarabdha can shake it. When that has happened, Shanta. There should be Vishranti. A jnani, 90% jnanam itself will give him Vishranti. Sometimes some prarabdha disturbance is there, a little bit of yoga added. A few spoons of yoga added, Vishranti will come. He somehow finds that Vishranti, repose in the self. When that Vishranti has come, Jnana Vijnana Nishchayaha, that conviction, then what happens? Pashyan Madatmakam Vishwam. He looks at the entire Vishwam as Ishvara Swarupa, Atma Swarupa. Pashyan Madatmakam Vishwam, and a friend of all, Sarvabhuta Suhrit. With anyone he can move about, speak, joyfully be. Sarvabhuta Suhrit Shantaha Jnana Vijnana Nishayah Pashyan Madatbhagam Vishwam Na Vipadyeda Vai. No more samsara. Vipat means samsara. Such a person has no samsara at all. Na Vipadyeda Vai Punaha. Speaking about karma yoga, I am speaking something else. Here Arjuna is telling me, as he is telling Krishna, Vyamishrene Vakyena. All mixed up, you are speaking. Tell something, stick to one thing. Jnaneshwara, when he is speaking Jnaneshwari, he just explodes in ecstasy and speaks many things. And you can see Jnaneshwari, in between, his brother Nivartinath is also sitting there. He will tell, hey, speak about Gita. You are speaking something else. Then he will come back to Bhagavad Gita. That is also there in Jnaneshwari. So, Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardana. Hey Krishna, if Jnanam is greater than karma, means spiritual life is greater than samsara, worldly actions, then why should a person enter worldly life? It is not needed. If a person is ripe enough to take to spiritual life completely, that is good. But mediocre seekers are not that type. They have to reach a state that they have purified their mind so that they can completely take to spiritual life. Before that, if you ask them to renounce, they will be neither here nor there. That is why Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi tells many sadhakas, you need not renounce family life. You can be in jnanam in family life. Nothing will, there is no problem there. Because that is much more safer. Durgashritaha, as Bhagavata says, it is like fighting from within of a fortress. Like that you can live in the world, have a family life, worldly life, at the same time hold on to Bhagavan. This is general advice. But Arjuna says the essence is at last we will reach a state where only Bhagavan exists. Bhagavan said that you need not think now. Now where you are, from there you make a move. Don't think about the other thing. Now you start from where you are. Here you can have both. You are, because it is not an allotment. It is, there is no other way. Inevitable. Indispensable. You cannot be otherwise because you have a family. You have the vasana to act, that should be cleansed. So that is the logic. But now, of course, we have only entered the question. Arjuna is asking the question, Ghore Karmani. Arjuna has a very Ghora Prarabdha. This is not a Prarabdha which usually ordinary people will encounter. Perhaps a military person has to fight. Not all military people also. Only when some war situation arises, they also have to fight. Or they should be posted in the border constantly, every day shooting, one person there and somebody shooting here. Some problem. This is a Ghora karma. But in another way, you can say our samsara itself is Ghora. நம்ம வாழ்க்கையே நினைச்சு பார்த்தா பகவத் பக்தி இல்லாம இருக்கிற டைம் எல்லாம் ஏதோ உலக விஷயங்களை பண்ணின்னு கோரம் தானே ஒரு என்னமோ பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஆதித்யஸ்ய கதா கதைரஹரஹ சம்க்ஷீயதே ஜீவிதம். Sun arises, sun sets. And what happened? One day gone. Jivida Yatra is moving towards from womb to tomb. Adityasya gata gataihi aharaha. Every day, samkshiyade jivitam. There is a sloka which says, sun is eating our life, eating our day. Vyaparair bahubhara karya gurubihi. You ask him, have some bhakti. You bhakti pannapa. You Bhagavan Nama Kirtanam pannu. You dhyanam pannu. எல்லாம் சொன்ன என்னென்னமோ வள 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 பேசிட்டு இருக்கணும். ப்ரூஹி முகுந்தேதி ரசனே ப்ரூஹி முகுந்தேதி. இந்த நாக்கு கொஞ்சம் உபதேசம். என்னவோ பேசுறிய பகவான் நாம கீர்த்தனம் பண்ணு, பக்தி பண்ணு. ராதாரமண ஹரே ராமேதி ராஜீவாக்ஷகன ஷியாமேதி. Oh my dear tongue, you know how to taste sweet. Taste the sweetness of bhakti, sweetness of Bhagavan Nama. Chant the name of the Lord and be ecstatic. Why are you wasting your life? Every day the sun arises and sets, one day gone. And you ask him to do bhakti, he says, I am very busy. Vyaparair bahubhara karya gurubihi. That karyam is bahubhara, very heavy work. What is bharam? Death is prowling. Old age is prowling around you. Disease, separation, so many. Whatever you may earn in the world, ultimately these things are there around you. Drishtva janma jara vibhakti maranam rasasyanutpadyate. An intelligent person should have an intelligent fear. Sometimes, this fear is also a sign of intelligence. Where you should fear, there you should fear. சும்மா சாமியை இப்போ காத்திக்கிட்டு சாப்பிட்றதுனா சாமி கண்ணை குத்தும் இப்படியெல்லாம் சொல்லி இல்லையா? சாமிக்கு வேறு வேலை இல்லை, சூலம் வேலையெல்லாம் வச்சுருக்கு, இந்த குழந்தையோட கண்ணை குத்துறதுக்கு. அப்புறம் இந்த குழந்தை சாமிகிட்ட போகும். Swamiji was there in Kerala, used to say, when he was roaming in the streets and one mother was feeding a child. The child was weeping, screaming, not taking food. Then that mother said, if you refuse to eat, that pujandi, that devil will come and catch hold of you. There is a Swamiji going, not even asking for Viksha. So this child will urpadi out, இல்லையா? இந்த குழந்தை என்னதுக்காச்சு? இப்போ பக்தியோடு வளர்த்தணும். எதை பார்த்து பயப்படப்படாதோ அதை பார்த்து பயமுறுத்து. ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் லைஃப்பை பார்த்து பயம், பக்தியை பார்த்து பயம், ஞானத்தை பார்த்து பயம். சம்சாரத்தை லோக விஷயங்களை பார்த்து பயப்படணும். கொஞ்சம் அந்த ஃபியர் இருந்தால், if you have a little bit of that fear, energy will come to do sadhana. When you have some disease in your body, you are afraid, then you take leave and go to doctor. Like that, when you come to know the utter necessity of spiritual life, genuinely you are interested about regaining your lost spiritual awareness, then you take a resolve to be free. Then you understand that this world is ghora, ghora, ghora. For a sadhana it is like that. Not, it is a little bit madness is there in it, but that madness alone can help you. World is, he finds everything as sarvam vyartham marana samaye sambaye kassahaya. As Chandrasekhara Bharati Swami said, everything is waste, waste, waste. Sambaye kassahaya, that Ishvara alone is my refuge. So when you understand such a vairagya comes, you feel, I want only Bhagavan, I want only Bhagavan. When such vairagya blazes forth, nobody can hold that person. But that is very rare. And Arjuna is now just asking Krishna, because the vairagya that he had for a few minutes already is coming down. So he is asking Krishna, should I fight? It is a terrible action. Satyam karmani ghore mam niyojayasi Keshava. Next sloka. Vyamishreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasiva me tadekam vadanishitya yena shreyoham apnuyam. Vyamishreneva, your answer, Bhagavan, is not clear to me. I am confused. Or mix it up. Sometimes you say Jnanam Karma Bhakti. I think all Mahapurushas will speak like that. They are like mirror. When somebody goes and stands before them, they will answer. They are not answering the question, they are answering the questioner. In what state the questioner is, according to that the answer will come. So when one day Swami Vivekananda was saying, Jnana alone is true. Next day he said, only Bhakti, Bhakti, Shiva, Shiva, Divine Mother. And one of his devotees, they asked Swamiji, yesterday you said Jnanam, today you say Bhakti. What is it? And you know what he said? He said, yesterday is yesterday, today is today. It is not a philosophy, it is pure spirituality, mysticism. ഈ ഉட்கார்ந்து ஒரு சிந்தாமணி வித்தை அது ரீசர்ச் சங்கத்தில் இருந்து நான் ஏதோ பேசுகிறேன் ஏதோ கேட்குறேன் அப்படியே ஒரு டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர்மேஷன் ஆகணும் இந்த நேரம் சந்தோஷமாக பகவத் தியானத்தோடு இருக்கணும் அதுதான் ஒரு முக்கியம். அர்ஜுனனுக்கு தோன்றது கன்ஃபியூஷனாக இருக்கணும், வியாமிஷ்ரம். Bhashyakara says, Shankaracharya says, there is no confusion at all. Krishna spoke crystal clear, but Arjuna felt so. Vyamishrena iva yadyapi viviktabhidhayi bhagavan tathapi mama mandabuddhehe vyamishram iva bhagavadvakyam pratibhati. Bhagavan spoke very clearly, but for a manda buddhi. Manda buddhi means what? Slow. It will not move. After certain years, old age, it moves. So you should always keep it very mobile, not this mobile, very energetic, Every day Shastra, Vichara, Dhyana, Vichara, you should keep it energetic. Vedanta, Vichara must be done, otherwise it is used for all worldly purpose. After that, nothing to think, nothing to meditate, then it becomes dull, the intellect, the brain becomes dull, insensitive. So keep it cleansed, clear. Let the buddhi become clear so that it can behold the Atma. Don't make it manda buddhi. Mentally retarded is manda buddhi. No? Retarded person is manda buddhi. Shankaracharya says, without saying, he is saying, most of us are manda buddhi. That is why you say, no satsanga, I heard this, but I did not understand. Manda buddhi. One person was studying Vedanta for some days. Then went to SHRI Swami. He said, Swamiji, ஞானமே வரமாட்டேங்கிறது, வைராக்கியமே வரமாட்டேங்கிறது, எப்படி வரும்? How can I have ஞானம் and வைராக்கியம்? SHRI Swami said, சொல்லுட்டுமா? I will tell you the secret. Very simple. You want வைராக்கியம், ஞானம்? கடுக்காய் சாப்பிடு. Kadaka, is an Ayurvedic herb. He said, you take medicine. We don't know what he did. And to another person, he said, Shundakkai sapadu. We don't know what he meant. But sometimes, people will go back after this. That is why we give prasadam after Gita. Put the prasadam in the mouth, he will not ask any question. Otherwise, they will unnecessarily disturb. No, you should actually, after Bhagavad Gita, give Purvalanga Undai. For 2 days, that person will not open his mouth. Put it inside, well sealed, well cemented. No question will come out of that person. So anyhow Arjuna asked, Mama buddhi vyamoha apanayayehi pravrittihi tvam tu pravrittaha tvam tu tatam mohayati aha. And Arjuna says, the disciple's attitude is, Bhagavan, your job is to remove the delusion that has eroded my brain, eroded my intellect. Mama buddhi vyamoha apanaya. Dakshinamurti Stotra also we say, Maha vyamoha samharine. Vyamoha means super delusion. However times you may listen, however time you may meditate, however time you may think, again and again going and jumping back in the same sewage. Again and again the same samsara chakra. Hence we are all chakravartis, sitting in the middle of the samsara chakra. The chakravarti. We can also say we are also chakravarti, or chakravarti. So here, Mama manda buddhi vyamoha apanayayahi pravartihi tava. Bhagavan, உங்களோட பிரவர்த்தியே என்னோட புத்தியில இருக்கிற இந்த மோகம்ங்கிற படலம் படலமா இருக்கு உள்ள, என்னால சுயமேவ நிவர்த்தி பண்ணிக்க முடியல. நிவர்த்தி பண்றதுக்கு தானே இருக்கு. Tvam tu katham mohayasi, then you cannot delude me. Mohayasi ivame mama. It's as if you are deluding me because I am confused, I am not able to understand. Tell me, Tvam tu bhinna kartrikayoho jnana karmanoho ekapurushanusthana asambhavam yadi manyate tatra evam sati tatrayoho ekam buddhim karmava idameva arjunasya yogyam buddhi shakyavasthan rupam iti nishitya vada bruhi ena jnanena karmanava anyatarena shreyaha aham prapnuyam. Tell me, either I should do karma, I will do it, or you say Jnanam, I will do it. Evam, this is Arjuna's question. It's just like as if the Guru tells you, do this, you will do. குருனா அதை நீ இது பண்ணுன்னா எல்லாரும் பண்ணிவிடுவாளா? எத்தனை பேர் பண்ணுவோம்? நமக்கு பிடிச்சது அவர் சொன்னால் பண்ணுவோம் இல்லையா? ரொம்ப நல்ல குரு. ஏன்னா நான் நினைச்சின்றதே அவர் சொன்னார் பாருங்க. தெய்வ சொல்வா இன்னைக்கு ஆனால் நல்லா இருந்தது தெரியுமா கீதை. அங்கே கீதை ஒரு இடத்துக்கு கிளாஸ் போனேன். அங்கே அவர் என்னென்னமோ படிக்கணும்னு சொன்னார். நமக்கு எல்லாம் முடியலை. இந்த ஒரு இடத்துல போனேன், போய் படிக்க போனால் அங்கே போனால் பாகவதத்தை எல்லாம் ஸ்லோகம் எல்லாம் போய் ஹாட் பண்ண சொன்னான். இன்னைக்கு தான் நான் அங்கே சத் சங்கத்துக்கு போனதான் அவர் சொன்னால் ஒன்றில் சுண்டக்கா சாப்பிட்டா போகிறோம், இல்லைன்னா சாப்பிட்டா போகிறோம், இல்லைன்னா பொருவனங்க உடைய இருந்தாலும் போரும் அப்படின்னா. அப்படின்னு எவ்வளவு சௌகரியமாக இருக்குது. ஞானம் ரொம்ப சுலபம். எல்லாமே நர்மாணி உதார ருச்சிர ஸ்மிதசோபிதானி ஹே பார்த்த ஹே அர்ஜுன சகே குருநந்தனேதி. இல்லையா? இதெல்லாம் பகவானோட அந்த நர்மம் தான். அதுவும் நமக்கு அத்தியாத்மம் தான். So Arjuna is asking, tell me clearly one part. I will walk in that path. Our spirituality, we think it is like mathematics. One answer and it's over. It will not work like that. Okay, Arjuna is asking like us. Let us see what Bhagavan says. Next sloka. Lokesmin dvividha nishtha pura prokta maya nagha ज्ञान योगेन सांख्यानाम कर्म योगेन योगिनाम. Arjuna said, in the olden days, Arjuna, Pura, sometimes if you want the attention of the listener, the most magical word in the world is once upon a time. You say once upon a time, நம்ம எல்லாம் ஒரு ஆள் ஒரு ஊரில் அப்படி தொடங்கினா அந்த குழந்தை அப்படி உட்காந்துடும். நல்லா பொருந்தி உட்காந்து நம்ம சாப்பிட்றதுக்கு ரெடியாக உட்காந்துருக்கோம் ஒரு ஊரில். அப்புறம் அதுக்கு அப்படியே திருப்பி 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 அதே கதை. ஒரு குருவி இருந்ததான் அப்படின்னு. இந்த குருவி குப்பையை எடுத்துதான். குப்பைன்னு கேட்டிருக்கல அந்த கதை. இந்த குருவி தான் நம்ம ஜீவன். இந்த குப்பையினோன்றது என்னன்னாக்கா சாஸ்திரங்களை எல்லாம் பரத்தி பார்த்து ஒரு அரிசி மணி கிடச்சிது. இந்த அரிசி மணி தான் ஜீவபிரம்ம ஐக்கிய ரூபமான ஞானம். அதை பாட்டிக்கிட்ட கொண்டு கொடுத்தது பாயசம் பண்ண. பாட்டியாருன்னா குரு. அவர் சொன்ன 4 கொண்டு வா. 4 என்னது? நெருப்பு, விறகு, இதெல்லாம் இருக்கும். 4 சாதனா சதுஷ்டய சம்பத்தி எல்லாம் பண்ணப்போ இந்த அரிசி மணியை பாயசம் பண்ணி குருவிக்கு சுட்டு கொடுத்து. அப்படின்னா அனுபவத்துக்கு எடுத்துக்க முடியலை. அப்படியே குளத்தில் கொண்டு கொட்டுது. அப்புறம் சாப்பிட்டு அப்படின்னா என்ன? கொஞ்ச நேரத்துக்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய சமாதி. அப்புறம் லாஸ்ட்டில் என்ன? உள்ளே இருக்கிறதெல்லாம் வெளியில் வந்து எல்லாம் முழுகி போயிடுது. நிர்விகல்ப அகண்ட சகஜ சமாதி. இல்லையா? இந்த குருவி கதையில் இவ்வளோ இருக்குன்னு நினச்சி பார்த்துருக்கேன். So much is there in a small little bird story. So, Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddha janardana. In your opinion, O Janardana, O Krishna, Jnanam is Shreshtam. But Bhagavan here says in Loka there is 2 sampradayas are there. Lokesmin dvividha nishta. In this world To achieve equanimity, twofold path has been enunciated. Pura prokta mayanaga, I have revealed. One is the nivritti marga, the other is pravritti marga. One is the sannyasa marga, the other is grihastha path. This, in the very beginning itself, Shankaracharya told, Dvividho hi vedokto dharmaha pravritti lakshano nivritti lakshanasya jagataha sthiti karanam praninam yas sakshat abhyudaya nishreyasa hetuhu sadharmaha ashramibihi varnibhihi shreyortibhihi anushthiyamanaha. Thus it goes, that Bhashya Vacham. Here Bhagavan says there is two nishtha. Nishtha means wherever you get stabilized, that is nishtha. Spiritual life, you need nishtha. You start doing some japa, dhyana, one day you do, then next year, அது நிஷ்டை இல்லை. தினமும் கொஞ்ச நேரம் ஆகுது, ரொம்ப நேரம் உட்கார முடியாது. Even a little bit every day, half an hour, 20 minutes you do meditation or japa continuously. Sadirghakala nairandarya satkara sevitu dridabhumi. Constantly with reverence for long duration, it gets deeply rooted, stabilized. So that is nishtha. You cannot find light by one day meditating. No. Dirgha kala. That is nishtha. Nishtha leads to peace of mind. A small sadhana, if it is done with nishtha, that person will blossom. I had a very beautiful story. When Mahatma was talking on Bhagavatam in a temple, many people from many villages came to hear, and they were all asking doubts, he was answering. At that time, a villager, uneducated, illiterate, very humble, he was standing there, came to this Mahatma and said, did namaskara and said, Swami, Adiyenukku ஒரு வேண்டுகோள், I have a பிரார்த்தனா, prayer to you. ஏதாவது உபதேசம் கொடுக்கணும். I want bhakti, give me some upadesha. That Mahapurusha suddenly had an intuition from within. He did not give him mantra, upadesha, yoga, nothing. He said, you every day collect flowers, sit inside this temple prakara, make garlands and give for puja. The whole day you do this, nothing else. And that person took it as a upadesha. All his life he was doing only that. That became a nishtha for him. Collecting flowers, while collecting flowers it is for Krishna. Or he will be thinking it is my Guru Ajna, Guru Bhakti, Guru Kainkaryam. And making garlands to offer to Bhagavan. And with all love in the heart, the fragrance of love, he was making garlands, and he will offer that garlands again and again to Bhagavan, making it more beautiful, beautiful. And all his life he was doing, and at last, by that simple sadhana, he became a Bhagavatottama, a great saint. No special sadhana. So anything which has in your background, you choose it as a spiritual sadhana. Do it constantly all your life. Don't bother whether it is referred in some books. Don't think whether people will respect you. Nothing. You have peace in your heart. You have bhakti in your heart. It is enough. You should not ask others. You should ask your heart whether you feel ananda, that bhakti, that prema. That Priya is there, Prema Garbha. When your mind is impregnated with Prema while doing that, that sadhana is enough for you. Some physically also doing, you will attain spiritual heights. So, because every action, every thought, every emotion arises from the heart. If you follow it, it will go to the same source. Anyhow, that is not Shastriyama Pata Pada Vishayamilla Namukku. இருந்தாலும் நமக்கு இப்போ சாஸ்திரியமாக பார்க்குறதே விஷயம் இல்லை. இப்போ நமக்கு அத்தியாத்மம் தானே இப்போ முக்கியம். லோகேஸ்மின் த்விவிதா நிஷ்டா புரா புரோக்தா மயானக அஸ்மின் சாஸ்திரானுஷ்டானாதிகிருதானாம் த்ரைவர்ணிகானாம் த்விவிதா த்விப்ரகாரா நிஷ்டா ஸ்திதி. Shankaracharya gives the meaning for Nishta as Sthiti, stability. Anushtheya tatparyam pura purvam sargado prajaha sishtva tasam abhyudaya nishreyasa prapti sadhanam vedartha sampradayam avishkurvata maya prokta. Ada abhyudaya nishreyasam nome dharma vishayam. Jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. Those who are mature enough for jnana yoga, Paramahamsa Parivrajaka, for them Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchidarthanam. That is the Bhashya Vachana. For them Sannyasa Yoga. That is Jnana Yoga. Complete renunciation, avoidance in the self. That is Sankhya Buddhi. That we will see what it is. To know that I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. I am the pure, Shuddha, Chaitanya Swarupa. This jnana is given for jnana yogi. Those who are Sankhyas, those who are ripe enough to receive that wisdom, for them jnana yoga, jnanam eva yoga. That is Bhashya. There is no special yoga. By jnanam itself, yoga happens. They are not doing any yoga practice. Natu yoga sammishra jnanam. Jnanam itself becomes yoga means mere, for Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, there was no mixture of yoga. It is pure jnanam. But jnanam has become ripe enough as yoga. Everywhere the yoga must be there. Jnana yoga, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, Raja Yoga. Means what? Only any philosophy, any path, when it gets connected with you, it becomes yoga. Atma samsthiti comes, it is yoga. Through jnanam, sometimes a person, very mature person, by mere listening to the Mahavakya, Atma Samsthiti comes. All his other spiritual practices are already done. Generally, in our Sampradaya, a person goes through all the Vaidika Karmanushtana and Upasana, and in that stage itself his mind becomes very pure, mature enough to receive jnana. So, by long years of tapas, then Yoga Dharavali's slogan unde. Nariya naal abhyasam panni Nirantarabhyasa Nitanta Bhadra Sajrumbhade Yogini Yoga Nidra. Nirantarabhyasa Nitanta Bhadra. Through long years, long practice of abhyasa of controlling the mind, making the mind abide in Gayatri, Upasana, Gayatri, Upasana, Gayatri, Upasana, by constant Rishayaha Tirgha Sandhyatvat. There is a Shloka Rishis were doing Dirgha Sandhya. Dirgha Sandhya means for long Hours long before dawn they will sit and chant Gayatri, 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 Mantra Japa. And like that, Yoga Abhyasa happened. So after, when they come to a Guru, they are just waiting to listen to Mahavakya. The moment they listen Tattvamasi, he becomes, abides in his real nature. No confusion, no time duration. Shanti Durga Sravatala Shlokanki, Guru Vakya Ramanacharnathirtha. Sadyojata Samadhijata Laharim Adyam Chidanandajam Satyarthantara Drishta Deshika Giraj Ajvalyamanam Dhiyam Sampadhyatmani Ruda Yoga Jabalat Sampashyamanam Bhaje Shantyayukta Bhavantarantaracharim Asvad Jagannayaki. There the Divine Mother is Shantyayukta Bhavantarantarachari. She is already there even in a worldly person, in a samsari, in the mixture of thoughts, behind it, she is shining forth. So Divine Mother as Chit Shakti, as Chaitanya is there even amidst all your worldly thinking. Only thing, the Guru helped you to take that dot from there. That dust of recognition from there, that bindu from there, and then the moment you heard the Mahavakya, the roar of the enlightened master, Sadyojata Samadhijata Lahari. Sadhyaha means instantaneously. The moment you hear the Mahavakya, that very moment you are ablaze. Sadyojata Samadhijata Lahari. Adyam Chidanandajam. And who is the teacher? Satyarthantara Drishta Deshika Gira. He has seen the Satyartha, the Atma Tattva Jnana very clearly, and from that Deshika's words, Deshika Gira Jajvalyamanam Dhiyam. That very moment, this Atmanubhuti shines forth in the listener. And that Atma Sampatti happens. And that is the form of the Jnanam. So, such rare aspirants might be there. They need not do any yoga practice as a support for Jnanam. No yoga is needed for them because Jnana itself is yoga for them. By the very power of Jnana, they abide in the Atma, in the self. By the very power of Tattvamasi Mahavakya, Bhagavan Ramana says, Arunachaleshwara gave him that state. And he says, whenever I look at Arunachala, Arunachala is telling me Tattvamasi. Even in this, two kind of seekers. Very rarely seekers will be there who abides in the self once they hear. Uruvati Mahavakya Shravana Okkanduta. The second type is, they also don't go to any other yoga. Whenever they are moving away from that state, they again do Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa. That is the yoga practice for them. Shrotavyo, Mantavyo, Nididhyasitavyaha. Shravanam kartavyam, Mananam kartavyam, Nididhyasanam kartavyam, Nirvikalpe sthitihi kartavyam. Nirvikalpa nishtha kartavya. Where only Anyad itara vyapara rahita Atmadhyanayikamatra nishtha. Idharku, வேற ஒன்றும் பண்ணலை. வேற எதுவும் இல்லைன்னா பின்னால கீதா பாஷ்யத்திலே வரும் புத்தியா விஷுத்தயா யுக்தா திருத்தியாத்மானம் நியமிய சப்தாதீன் விஷயான் ஸ்திக்த்வா ராகத்வேஷோ யுதஸ்ய விவிக்த சேவி லக்வாசி யதவாக்காய மானச தியானயோகபரோ நித்யம் vairagyam samupashrita. There Bhagavad Pada says he gives up all other practices like japa or anything, and dhyana yoga alone. So Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana itself becomes a yoga for them. Whenever they forget the truth or whenever the truth gets little bit clouded, again they listen. Again they have a contact, satsanga. Satsangathil vandutana thirupiyum veeryam vandurudhu. Thirupi dull avum. Thirupiyum veeryam varthi. Shravana manana nididhyasana janyamana ஞானத்தை உள்ள பிரகாசப்படுத்திண்டே இருக்கிறது. இதுவே அவளுக்கு யோகம். ஞான யோகேன சாங்கியானாம் ஞானம் ஏவ யோகா தேன சாங்கியானாம் ஆத்மானாத்ம விஷய விவேக ஞானவதாம். They constantly remove the anatma from atma. That is what atma vichara is. Who am I is. Whenever the mind gets associated with some emotion, some trouble, then you ask to whom this comes, and the answer is to me. And who is this me? What is this I? Where from this I arises? What is the nature of this I? You go deep down. That I thought disappears. All other thoughts disappears, and you are for the time being you abide in the self. Thus, separate the Atma from Anatma, abide in the Atma. Again the mind moves about, gets into trouble, then Atma Anatma, Kalushyam comes, confusion comes. So, thus the Vedanta Jnana becomes very, very clear for them. Paramahamsa Parivrajakaanam, those who have taken to the Paramahamsa Vritti, those who no more consider that there is anything worthy in worldly life, those who are real yatis, Brahmani eva avasthitanam, they are constantly abiding in Brahman. Their nishtha is Jnana Yoga Nishtha. They have only one nishtha, Jnana Yoga. The second group is Karma Eva Yoga, Karma Yoga. Karma never becomes, generally, it becomes samsara, not yoga. Yeah, karma, inga yoga arudhu. Karma irukku namakku, karma yoga கிடையாது. நிறைய பேர் நினைச்சுக்கிறா எங்களுக்கெல்லாம் கர்ம யோகம் தான் சொல்லியிருக்கு. என்ன கர்ம யோகா? காலத்தால போய் ஆஃபீஸில் போய் வேலை பண்ணுறது. இதெல்லாம் கர்மா இருக்கு. யோகா இருந்தால் என்னென்னா அந்த கர்மாவிலேருந்து உங்களுக்கு ஈஸ்வர அனுபூதி வரதானே யோகம் ஆயிடும். கர்மாலேருந்து பணம் வருதானா அது கர்ம போகம். கர்ம ரோகம், கர்ம துரோகம், கர்ம போகம். Karma becomes yoga when you do karma, but constantly there is awareness of God. Then it is karma yoga. And for the second group, karma yoga is prescribed. Karma already you have, transform it as yoga. It's very, very beautiful. Because that alone many of us can do. கர்மா இருக்கு, நமக்கு என்ன பண்றது? விட முடியாது, ஒரு இடத்துல போய் உட்கார முடியாது. சரி, என்ன பண்ணலாம்? இந்த கர்மா பண்ணிண்டே ஒரு 2 போட்ல காலை வைக்க முடியாதுன்னு சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா? ஜென்ரலி we say you cannot have your legs in both boats, but you have to do it. You have to train yourself. There is no other way. இந்த 2 போட்டும் வச்சுட்டு கொஞ்சம் தூரம் போனப்புறம் வேணா ஒரு போட்டை விடலாம். பண்ணியா வேற வழி கிடையாது. ஏன்னா எப்படியோ 2 போட்டில் காலை வச்சாச்சு. ஒரு போட்டு ஓட்ட, இதுலேருந்து சட்டுன்னு காலை எடுக்க முடியாது, நீங்கள் கீழே விழுந்துடுவேன். அதனால 2 போட்டை வச்சுன்னு வண்டி ஓட்டியே ஆகணும். கர்மயேவ யோகா, கர்மயோகா கர்மிணாம் நிஷ்டா புரோக்தா. அப்போ கர்மா பண்ணிண்டே கர்மாவை அதோட தோஷம் இல்லாம பண்ண முடியுமா? அதுதான் நமக்கு இங்கே முக்கியம். கர்மயோகேன யோகினாம், கர்மயோகேன யோகினாம். He becomes a karma yogi. See, the best example is Arjuna's karma. Of course we know he is put in the midst of terrible action. But see Gandhiji's life. He never chose that politics, but politics chose him. And he was amidst all chaos, terrible field of action. There he was also a spiritual aspirant. And by the grace of Bhagavan, he chose that itself as a sadhana. Many people will accept him, they will not accept his life. That is different. But I am telling you only one aspect of it, that is, he was somewhere similar to Arjuna. He was working as a bachelor, as a lawyer in South Africa or many places. He wanted to become rich, become somebody in the world. He was not an aspirant outwardly at that time. But his destiny pushed him there. And there he was chanting Ramanama also, studying Gita also, and trying to transform that terrible action as a sadhana. This can be done by any person, because either you should be able to renounce. Outwardly, if you are not able to renounce, at least renounce to worship. First you renounce, offer the fruit of action to Bhagavan. Change the karma as a bhakti. This karma yoga means bhakti yoga only. Karma yoga is not different. It is bhakti yoga. There is no special bhakti yoga mentioned in Gita. Karma, simply doing without desiring for fruit, cannot be karma yoga. That a machine is also doing. Every day, மிக்சியை வச்சுட்டா ஒன்று பண்ணுறோம். ஒரு நாளைக்காவது நீங்கள் இந்த தொகையில் மிக்சிக்கு கொடுத்துருக்கீங்களா? Have you ever given a spoon of chutney to your mixer? It is doing karma yoga. Have you ever given one dosha to your grinder? It will not eat. So it is jadavastu. It is inert. It has no individuality. It has no bhava. It has no mind. So karma yoga is not simply doing without desiring fruit. It means offering the fruit, offering the action as a puja to Bhagavan. If that Bhagavan, that bhakti, that Ishvara Tattva is not there, no action can be transformed as yoga. Swakarmana tam abhyachya siddhim vindati manavaha. By worshipping me through action, he will become a siddha. That we will see later on. The action is being transformed as worship of Bhagavan, then only karma becomes yoga. Samsara becomes Ishvara Aradhana. Samsare kimsaram. Kamsare charana. Kamsare charana yugala paribhajanam. Samsare kimsaram haribhakti eka. What is saratama? Essence in samsara? Somehow you have hold on to Bhagavan Bhakti. That is samsara. And leaving action is not for all. It is only for those who are ripe to do that. So Bhagavan next shloka says, see, na karmanam anarambhat naishkarmyam purushošnute nata sanyasanadeva siddhim samadhigacchati. Na karmanam anarambhat aprarambhat naishkarmam purushoshnute. Karma has already started. We don't know when. Even from the Garbhapatra, the karma is there. And karma is the ticket with which we have landed here. Adau karma prasangad kalayadi kalusham matrukukshau sthitam mam vinmutramedhyamadhye kvathayadi nitaram jatharo jatavedha yadyadvai tatra dukkham yadayadi nitaram shakyade gena vaktum Shantavyo me aparadha Shiva 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 Bho Shri Mahadeva Shambho Adau karma prasangad. Because of the karma, the force of karma, the momentum of past karma. Correct? Physics language. The momentum of past karma, I have landed here. Correct? Sambrambha Sambrita Vega of action, I am born here. Na karmanam anarambad. Arambha means beginning. Anarambha means no beginning. Nobody can say, I will not do any action. Already you have done much. And to choose or to renounce, you have no right, no freedom. People think they have freedom to choose and give up. It is not given to you. Somebody is singing like him, that is his prarabdha. That is his free will also. He will say he has free will. A free will, limited free will. He cannot sing like some other person, or some other person cannot sing like him. That limitation is his free will. That limitation is his destiny. And it is already implanted in him. आरंभ हो चुका है. न பண்ண முடியாது. நான் ஒன்றும் கர்மா தொடங்க மாட்டேன் பண்ண மாட்டேன்னு தொடங்கியாச்சே, பிறக்கிறதையே தொடங்கியாச்சே. இந்த உடம்பு கொண்டு வந்திருக்கோம் பாருங்க, இது உடம்புன்னு யாரு சொன்னா? இது ஒரு பேகு. This is a TV which has neither switched on nor switched off. The program will be running constant. You cannot rewind forward, put stop. It is a multi-dimensional film, not three-dimensional. It can become 10-dimensional, 100-dimensional. Film is running here, which we call as Maya, which we call as light. It has already begun. So you cannot attain jnana simply by saying, I will not do any action. Bhagavan says, you need actions, self-initiated vihita karma, to jump out of this stream of absurd movement, nonsense movement. You should have some vihita karma, some karma which is being given to you by your guru or by shastra. Something is called Vaidika karma. That karma is given to you so that the other karma will be ejected out. You will have no more new volition created action. So that is given to you. That you have to do. Everywhere it will be there. In Tiruvannamalai you come, people when they come they think, who am I is enough. So sit in doing who am I. After some days they find some karma is needed. So go round Arunachala, go round Arunachala. It is a vihita karma. Giri Pradakshana. By going around, you will not earn anything, but that 3 hours, you will not do anything. And all the while you can do Atma Vichara also. So you say, I won't do any kind of yajna, yaga, puja, anushtana. Then you will do some other action. Your prakriti will make you do some lower kind of actions. Karma mokshaya karmani vidhatte. Bhagavatam says that Vedas or Rishis or Guru tells you to do something so that you will be rescued from nature-oriented actions. Senses-oriented actions. Mind-oriented actions. If you are left free, you will go in that path. So they say better do something here. Like going around the hill, or doing something. So do something. So without that kind of vihita karma, you will not come out of this maya of nishiddha karma and kamya karma. Nishiddha karma means negative actions, prohibited road of activity. And kamya karma means desire-oriented actions. This is samsara. Samsara means desire-oriented action and prohibited action. These two make samsara. Vihita karma is bhakti. Guru Ajna, Shastra Ajna. I am doing something. Some anushtana is being done. Some puja is done. Some Vaidika karma anushtana is done. Because that is my niyati. That is my Ajna I am doing. Slowly that momentum of kamya karma will come down. Nishiddha karma will come down. So that without that you can never jump out of this force of negative action. Na karmanam anarambhad naishkarinam purushoshtute. This kind of meaning I have not given anywhere else. Generally, what will be told is, simply by not doing you will not attain naishkarmya. But here I am saying, without vihita karma, you will not jump out of nishiddha karma and kamya karma. So in vihita karma also, when you offer it to Bhagavan, it becomes karma yoga. One person says, I will not do any vihita karma, I will take to sannyasa. That's a sannyasana-adeva siddhim samadhigacchati. Simply by renouncing all actions, a person will not become sannyasi. That is why, see, in our sannyasa sampradaya these days also, so many actions have cropped up. Sannyasam சொல்றோம். சன்னியாசத்துல எத்தனை ஆக்டிவிட்டி? சன்னியாசத்துல சன்னியாசிக்கு பூஜை பண்ணப்படாது, சன்னியாசி பாஹ்யானுஷ்டானங்கள் பண்ணப்படாது. அப்படின்னா சன்னியாசி லோக விவகாரம் பண்ணலாமா? அது பண்ணவே படாது. சரி, இவன் லோக விவகாரத்துல போய் மாட்டிக்காம இருக்கிறதுக்கு சாஸ்திரம் சன்னியாசிக்கும் கொடுக்கறது. நீ ஏதோ சிவ பூஜை பண்ணு. இப்போ மடாதிபதிகள் எல்லாம் நீங்க கணக்கு பண்ணப்படாது. சந்திரசேகர பாரதி சுவாமிகள் சொல்றார், நாங்கள் என்ன பண்ணணும் என்ன பண்ணப்படாதுன்னு எங்களுக்கு தீர்மானம் பண்ண முடியாது. பக்தாளும் இந்த மடத்தை சேர்ந்த வாழையிலேருந்து இருச்சு சொல்லுவா நாங்கள் என்ன பண்ணோங்கிறது. சன்னியாசிக்கு இதெல்லாம் பண்ண வேண்டாங்கிறது சாஸ்திரம். ஆனால் நாங்களே அவரே பண்ண மாட்டேங்கிறோம், நாங்கள் பண்ணணுங்கப்பா, இவா அதுக்காக பண்ண வேண்டி இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்றார். பட் ஆக்சுவலாக இந்த பூஜை அந்த பூஜை என்னென்னமோ பண்றாளே, லௌகிகால் பண்ற பூஜை எல்லாம், இதெல்லாம் சன்னியாசிக்கு இருக்கிறது இல்லை. So sannyasi also ultimately ends up doing all kind of karma anushtana because our very body is made of karma. So better have some vihita karma that can keep away negative actions. For generally, for a seeker, he should need a routine life, disciplined life every day, so that he will not get caught up with laziness, lethargy, or non-essential actions. சன்னியாசிக்கு நித்திய அனுஷ்டானம் இருந்தால் வச்சுக்கோங்க, ஜனங்கள் நீங்கள் இங்கே வாங்க 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 இழுக்க மாட்டான். அவன் சொல்கிறேன் அனுஷ்டானம் முடிஞ்ச டைமில் தான் வர முடியும். அது ஒரு ரக்ஷை. அது இல்லையானால் இங்கே இனாக்ரேஷனுக்கு வாங்க 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 கல்யாணத்துக்கெல்லாம் கூட கூப்பிட்டுடுவாங்க. இங்கே பொண்ணோட கல்யாணம் 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 சாமியாரையும் கூப்பிட்டுடுவாங்க. Even a sannyasi is invited for wedding, for worldly actions, for some other ceremony. So if sannyasi starts going to all these places, what is the use of that sannyasa? He is useless. So to protect a sannyasi, Shastra has given anushtana for sannyasi also, pranava japa, thousands of pranava japa he should do, take bath many times. This is Vidvat sannyasa, anushtana sannyasa. You can say sadhaka also. Instead of sannyasa, you can say sadhaka. For a sadhaka also, so many rituals, so many anushtanas are kept by a sadhaka so that he will not have time to go to any worldly activities. Katti podradhu da, binding. A spiritual aspirant is bound by some kind of spiritual activity, some kind of what they call as ritual. It is not ritual, it is a disciplinary action prescribed by the Vedas, Vihita karma. By giving up all that, you have lot of time. What will you do? If you have lot of time, you should be either able to constantly remain in samadhi, then you are left free. Constantly abide in the self, no urge to act, no worldly desire, no danger. If you have reached that yogarudha sthiti, no action is needed for you. You need not do any action. You can constantly, either you are in delighting in bhakti or jnana sthiti, then you need no action. Otherwise, action is a protection. Prescribed actions, spiritually prescribed actions are a protection. So, a spiritual aspirant also, it is needed. If a person gives it up, he will not attain realization, he will fall. Nata sanyasanadeva siddhim samadhigacchati. Prarambhad anushtidanam upadda duridakshaya hetutvena sadgana shuddhikarananam tat karanatvena cha jnanotpatti dvarena jnananishta hetunam anarambhat anushtidanam mamopatta samasta duridakshaya dvara inginda varudhu. These kind of actions slowly purify the person. It's slow potency medicine. Meduva work pannum. Slowly it purifies the person. Long duration. Only that amount of potency we will be able to bear. If you invite high potency, suddenly Narasimha Swami உட்கார்ந்து தூட்டுக்கு பின்னால் வந்து நின்னா என்ன பண்றது? உடைச்சு. That is high potency. Suddenly Bhagavan appears, all your samsara, everything is blasted out. That much power we do not have. So Shastra, out of compassion, they give low potency. You can have all your worldly prarabdha. At the same time, you can have slow medicine of spirituality. It will improve meduva namala. In a gentle way, you are led to a very peaceful submit. So, naishkarmyam nishkarma bhavam karmashunnyatam jnana yogena nishtam nishkriyatma swarupena eva avasthanam iti yavat. Again, Bhagavan says, you cannot sit quiet without acting even for a moment. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi yatu tishthatya karma kriti Karyadehi avashah karma Sarva prakriti jair gunai. Everyone is, each person is like a doll in the hand of Prakriti. We dance to the tune of Prakriti. As Prakriti makes us dance, we dance. Nobody is free. Prakritim yanti bhutani nigrahakyam karishyati. Prakriti is very powerful. It is a force. Even our jnana vichara is also inside Prakriti only. So here Bhagavan says, Nahi kasyit kshanamapi, even for a moment, jatu kadachit yavar, kasyit, a person, akarma kriti tishtati, a person cannot be akarmi. Shankaracharya says in another place, a person sits in meditation and he thinks, now I have become Brahman, no action. And when I wake up, all action. He is a kripana. His knowledge is totally imperfect. Constantly you should have aprachyuta atmanishta. Even when the body mind is active, when everything is active, you know there is no action in the self. Karmani akarmaya pasye, that we will see. So karma, the state free of action is not possible in the body-mind plane, in the nature. Not even for a moment there is a state where there is no movement. At the same time, there is an eternal state free of action. Confused? Right. Tadejadi, tannaijadi, taddure, tadvantike, tadantarasya sarvasya, tadu sarvasyasya bhahyataha. The Upanishad says, it moves not. It is in distance, it is the most intimate. It is inside you as your own self. It is outside you, everywhere. When you resolve this riddle, you have resolved this problem also. The body is moving, chala jalanike tasya. The body is moving, the mind is moving. Jnani is either active or sleeping, whatever he might be doing. He knows, I have no body, I have no mind, I have no ego, I am not doing anything. Only when such absolute conviction comes, I am not depending upon any meditation or spiritual practice for my inner perfection. If I am meditating, depending upon them, then certainly danger is lurking somewhere. A state comes when I am not able to meditate and japa, all my jnana goes away. You are bedridden, I am not able to do my anushthanam, I am not able to do my meditation. Now, all these days I was Brahman, now I have become body. So whether the body is in whatever state it is, Esha Brahmi Sthiti Parthanainam Prapya Vimohyati. This is the stable Brahma Sthiti, O Partha, O Arjuna, by attaining which he no more gets deluded. By getting stabilized in that state, Brahma Nirvana Marchati, he attains Brahma Nirvana. So that Bhagavan here says, Nahi kasyit kshanamami. You cannot be asamsari even for a moment. You may think, I have become a sannyasi. Nobody can become a sannyasi. That is one side of the story. Everyone is vagam. The sannyasi vandina sannyasi langare ellaru samsaritam solli sannyasi varake adakki okkar vechilla. சன்னியாசி நினச்சிட்டு பாவம் நான் சன்னியாசி ஆகிட்டேன், இவர் சாமிஜி இல்லைங்கிறாரு அப்படின்னு நினச்சிட்டோம். அடக்கி உட்காந்து சொல்ல, என்ன நீ சாப்பிட்றியா, நீ தூங்குறியா, உன் மனசு எங்கெங்கே போகிறது எல்லாத்தையும் எடுத்து சொல்லு, சதா பிரம்ம விசாரம் பண்ணுறேன் கேட்ட சொல்ல முடியாது. வேண்டியே இருக்கிறது ரொம்ப டேஞ்சர் அவர்கிட்ட பேசுறதுன்னு போயிடுவாங்க. நீங்க சம்சாரி தானே, நான் சம்சாரி இல்லைப்பா, நான் பர்ஃபெக்ட் சன்னியாசி. அது எப்படி சொல்வேன், நீங்க இது பண்ண, அதெல்லாம் நான் பண்ணவே இல்லை, நான் கர்மா பண்ணலை, எனக்கு உடம்பு கிடையாது, எனக்கு மனசு கிடையாது. உடம்பு மனசுலாம் எனக்கு தெரியறது, அது உன்னோட பிராரத்தை என்கிட்ட தெரியறது, எனக்கு கிடையாது. நீ என் மேல அபியாசம் பண்ற, உங்களுக்கு சரீரம் இருக்கு, உங்களுக்கு எருமருது இல்லையா? இப்போ தூங்குறது கூட அப்படிதான். இந்த நீ சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தேன் ராத்திரி எல்லாம் இருமினேன்னா எனக்கு தெரியவே இல்லை, நான் மட்டும் தூங்கிட்டு இருந்தேன், உடம்பு இருமிட்டு இருந்தேன், நான் என்ன பண்றது? இப்போ உங்க பிராரப்தம் அப்படி பார்த்துட்டு இருமின்னு இருக்கிறத பார்த்துட்டு உங்க பிராரப்தம், எனக்கு தெரியவே இல்லைன்னா நினைச்சு பாருங்க, ஃப்ரீ ஆயிடுச்சு இல்லையா? அது மாதிரி தான் ஃப்ரீடம். இதுல அது குழுவே அதுதான். அது உடம்பு பாட்டுக்கு அதோட கஷ்டத்தை எல்லாம் அனுபவிக்கிறது. பாடி goes through the trouble. Sometimes it's just coughing. Others are seeing you are sleeping, the body is coughing. So this body's prarabdha is action, activity, and others says you are active, and the jnani says I don't do any action, akarma. And your mind is working. I have no mind. How will you say that? Pramana. But thoughts are, that is marumarichika, like a mirage. They appear and they go. They cannot touch me. Nijabodha rupo. Anything that the world superimposes on you, just throw it outside. As Vyasa says in Bhagavata, like the eyelids. Any dust falls, eyelids throws it out. Yoga Sutra Vritti, Vyasa Bhagavan says, yogi's mind is like that. The eyelid never allows any dust to lodge inside the eye. It just throws it out. Like that, the yogi never allows any vritti sarupyam. Any vritti comes to stick, he says, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Nothing can touch me. So, if you think on one side, there is no freedom from samsara, there is no freedom from karma. Constantly contemplating on these things, you will find nobody can become a sannyasi. How can you become a sannyasi? Even after becoming a sannyasi, body will have all its troubles. And sannyasi also goes to the same hospital. He dies in the same place, as needs some support from world. How can you say, I don't want any support, I will live alone? He also ultimately succumbs to some person and some help is needed, some attendant is needed. Even for great Mahatmas. So if you say, freedom from samsara, there is no freedom from samsara. But there is freedom from samsara. By the power of jnanam, there is freedom from samsara. So if it is the power of jnanam, you can have it now. Now when you are in the ghora prarabdha, take to this jnanam and remain akarma. If you think by ending all this action I will have spiritual life, that will never come. அது வண்ணாங்கதை தான். வண்ணான் இதெல்லாம் வேலையெல்லாம் முடிச்சுட்டு காட்சிக்கு போகிறேன்னு தீர்மானம் பண்ண காட்சிக்கே போக முடியாதுங்கிற மாதிரி. You can never have it. So here now, amidst all the chaos of your prarabdha, assert nijabodha vadivaname. I am the Shuddha Chaitanya Swarupa Atma. I am not this body or mind or ego or anything. I don't want any spiritual practice, meditation or yoga or anything for their achievement. It is attained by Swapramana, by the very authority of the inner self, authority of the Shruti Pramana. I am the Atma Vastu, I am the Shuddha Chaitanya Swarupa, nothing can touch me. That is Krishna revealing. The greatest teaching of Krishna is, you can never find him alone meditating. constantly, ever amidst activity, ever involved with everything, but always Yogeshwara. If possible, be like Bhagavan Ramana. Renounce everything and remain. If not possible, try to be like at least Krishna. Is it possible? That is more difficult. Doing everything, somewhere you have to find that state. So Krishna says, simply give up action. It is not possible. Nobody can. Not even a single action you can give. Or coffee vida mudiyala. Coffee cutting hoga. Coffee chodna. Coffee cutting. ஒரு காஃபி விட முடியல, டீ விட முடியல, ஏதேதோ சின்ன சின்ன ஹேபிட்ஸ் எல்லாம் விட முடியல. நீ எதை போய் விடுறது? பாரதியார் விடுதலை விடுதலை எல்லாரும் விட எங்க தலையே விட முடியும். Total freedom comes by jnanam only. By completely contemplating on these things, we will understand there is only one way to be out. That is jnanam. It is not outer path. There is no outer path. Outer path is all imagination. It is all hot spots. It's all fancy dress. சிலதெல்லாம் பிடிக்கும், அதெல்லாம் இருக்கட்டும். கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் என்டர்டெயின்மெண்ட்லாம் பிடிக்கும் அப்படின்னு அதெல்லாம் அவ்வளோதான். ஆனால் அதனால எல்லாம் ஃப்ரீடம் வராது, சுதந்திரம் வருது. இந்த சுத்தமான ஞானத்தோடு வீரியத்தினால தான் சுவாதந்திரியம் வரும். இதுதான் இங்கே சொல்றது. கர்ம சர்வஹா பிராணி பிரகிருதிஜைஹி பிரகிருதிதோ ஜாதைஹி சத்வரஜஸ்தமோபிஹி குணைஹி Sarva Prakriti. We will continue this shloka tomorrow. Satyam jnanamanantam nityamanakasham paramakasham koshta prangana ringanalola paramayasam Maya kalpitananakaramanaakaram bhuvanakaram shmamanathamanatham pranamata govindam paramanandam govindam paramanandam bhaja govindam paramanandam Govindam Paramanandam Bhaja Govindam Paramanandam Gopalam Bhuvilila Vigraha Gopalam Kula Gopalam Gopikelana Govardhanadhuta Lila Lalita Gopalam Govindita Govindasphutanamanam Bahunamanam Gopi Gocharaduram Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam Govindam Paramanandam Bhaja Govindam Paramanandam Govindam Paramanandam Bhaja Govindam Paramanandam Gopi Mandala Goshti Bhedam Vedavastama Vedabham Shashvat Gopura Nirdhutodhata Dhuli Dhusara Saubhagyam Shraddha Bhakti Grihitanandamachintyam Chintita Sadbhavam Chintamani Mahimanam Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam Govindam Paramanandam
भज गोविन्दं परमानन्दं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं भज गोविन्दं परमानन्दम्.
Tomorrow morning, Vivekachudamani satsang will not be there. From day after tomorrow, we will think about it, what to do. Tomorrow I will announce. Tomorrow morning also is not possible.